Dear learners, welcome back to your educational channel Learn and Educate, where we were studying Right to Information Act. Now, continuing that series, where the Right to Information Act gives a framework for the purpose of providing information to the citizens of India, those informations which are held by the public authorities. Today's topic would be what is the meaning of prescribed as per the RTI Act 2005, where as per section 2 clause G, prescribed means the prescribed by the rules made under this act, made under the RTI or by the appropriate government or the competent authority as the case may be, where the prescribed means to set up the rules regulations for doing something, for conducting the activities. Prescribed means to advise, to authorize relating to conducting the activity, where the appropriate government write out the procedure when the rules to carry out action which is particularly mentioned. Prescribed means is an order which is given as an authoritative instruction to do something. It is an advice which is offered suggestions about the best course of actions, about the best means to do something. Where prescribed is authorization which is given in an official permission for doing a certain course of action, a approval to conduct the work, the route for performing the activity. Prescribed means which is an order which is to direct use of something as a remedy, to lay out the procedure in writing for a course of action which is to be followed, to lay down the requirements to carry out a course of action, where the word prescribe which is used as a verb in terms of instructing someone that must be done or to make a rule of something, to tell someone whether what he or she must do something, to do as a rule. To prescribe means to set up the structure of doing an activity, where in law when something is prescribed, which means there is a means of an official rule, when the law prescribes the regulations to the citizens on a subject matter with respect to, for example, a rule for passing the examination, that the regulation prescribes that an employee must pass that examination must be passed, for example a physical examination. Therefore the prescription, the prescribed creates a claim with respect to title something which is prescribed, for example an easement, make a rule, to establish a rule or guide that at such the times place and manner of holding, of conducting the activity which is prescribed by the appropriate government, where the appropriate government with respect to any body or institution of self government which has been established by the state government, by the parliament, by the law made by the state legislature, by the central government, or where the body authority of self government has been established, constituted, then that body is owned, controlled, and substantially financed by the state government or the union government, or which is financed by this central government. This will be the appropriate government. And competent authority, competent authority means the person which has been mentioned under section 2 clause E, which means that with respect to the speaker of the house of people in the case of central government, or the speaker of the legislative assembly of a particular state, where it have an assembly also, and the chairperson, chairman in case of the council of states of legislative council of a state, the chief justice of India in the case of Supreme Court, the chief justice of the High Court in the case of the High Court of a particular state, when that state is appropriate authority, or the president of India, the governor, when it is authorized established by the constitution, and the administrator who is appointed under section 239 of the Constitution of India to be as an administrator. These are the competent authorities. Therefore, when the rules are prescribed under the Right to Information Act with respect to payment of fees, regulation, filing the appeal procedure, these are the activity which has been specifically mentioned in the Right to Information Act, These are prescribed rules by the appropriate government or the competent authority under the Right to Information Act 2005.